All right, hello everyone. It's your girl Reminiscent here with a reading for the full moon in Pisces, which is occurring September 2nd, Eastern 2020, about 2 a.m. ish in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning. We're going to experience the full moon in Pisces at 10 degrees. It is hitting a trine over to Uranus and Taurus, 10 degrees retrograde, as well as hitting Sun and Moon 10 degrees with Taurus, also 10 degrees. So I also noticed that the Venus and Saturn are completely opposing each other, as well as Pluto and Saturn are trining over to Mercury in Virgo. So to me, what I was seeing is basically like our mental is being tested. Our mentality, what we thought was true, is being tested and completely shaken up with Uranus, of course, being retrograde. Everything that was being quaked in forward motion, now that it has stopped and during its retrograde, all the different proofs of things that are valuable and things that are worth our time and due diligence is now sifting through. Everything is being sifted through. And with that earth energy, there is some type of stability there. However, with Venus and Cancer opposing, and then that Venus is also being squared by Mars in Aries, this is really causing us to be very, very sure about the reality we want to choose. Number one. Number two, Venus here too, Venus and Gemini, but Venus card nonetheless. We have to make a choice. Virgo season is open portal season, like all the other mutable signs, because this is where changes take place. So there are changes taking place, but these changes are based off revolutionary facts, figures, and scientific supported information that is not just science in itself, but Uranus, the ruler of the sky, the god of the sky god, here, the stars are telling us, the divine awakener is telling us that what we thought to be true may not really be true. However, we still have a way to rectify the situation, and our mental will be tested to determine whether we are astute or we can become astute to the changes that are taking place that we have to go along with, and not have fear or insecurities, because Virgo has insecurities based off of the opinions of others and wanting to be seen a certain way, as well as Virgo is about making decisions and making those decisions based off of what makes sense. And everything in life, doesn't make sense to other people, but they make sense to us. And that Capricorn energy is definitely the world's renowned quote unquote society or whatever. It's that sense of reality that we have been fostered into versus Virgo, where the sense that we've acquired on our own understanding, our own facts and figures and studies that we've done, and then Taurus, another earth energy at play, those known working stable ways that don't work anymore because there's something else that's being pushed in that we have to consider now. So at the bottom of the deck, of course, I said we got the Lovers here. This is about making a choice and accepting the love, the wishes, and letting divine guide us into the path of love and abundance that we've chosen. Now, because this is the overall energy, this is about the process of getting there. And the Ten of Pentacles is a Virgoing energy. Is here and here. It's here twice. So we definitely guarantee some type of success in the decisions that we make, but we first mentally got to get through some healing of emotions and some understanding on how we limited or restricted ourselves from even having this to begin with, so we can fully appreciate it when the time comes. So with the Ten of Pentacles, Virgo energy, we have the Star, the Sun, and then the Eight of Cups. So this is about having everything that you want, having everything that you need, and having full appreciation for it, and knowing that you deserve it. And then the Star and the Sun, this is like being chosen. Like you were selected and chosen to give something up or walk away from something that emotionally did something for you, but now it's limiting or restricting you. So maybe you made a choice, or someone made the choice for you in regards to having this that required you to be separated. And we see that feeling of separation here with these Three of Cups being spilled and the Five of Cups, where you need to grieve, or we need to grieve, or we need to release emotions of transformation of what we view as worthy or worth our time, even because, you know, with death, we experience death all the time, literal and physical, but definitely spiritual. We experience deaths all the time. There could be a lot of information that comes out about the reality that we are choosing to live in that isn't as clear as we believed it to be. So now we have to go through a grieving process and a healing process to suck all the poison out that caused us to see things in a distorted way, so that we may see it in its true form. Here with those Three Cups, we have Three of Swords here, so there's a restriction or a limitation on certain type of relationships, but those relationships that are being restricted, that we've already grieved through, accepting that long awaited hurt that we kind of knew was coming but wasn't really sure, but now that we have all the details, Virgo, we're able to go ahead and take a stand with this Saturn and Libra card, and what type of relationships we are going to have from this point on, because they're equal balance to who we view ourselves as. So if we are restricting ourselves from relationships that were hiding the truth, hiding significant emotional worth and value from us, or even those who were sucking us dry and we had to let them go, and that attachment being completely severed in a spiritual emotional death, restricting that actually brings us a reward. Here with this Ace of Cups, we get rewarded for allowing ourselves to heal through this pain and process. And again, the Ten of Pentacles here and the Princess of Wands. So we get offered the very thing that we sit here grieving about, that we think we completely lost and will never have back. You will have it back. It just won't be the exact same way. And you have to mentally prepare yourself to accept those changes. Otherwise, you will never appreciate what this card even means and what's coming behind it, the Four of Wands. That's able to have stability in your happiness and your self starting, your self motivation, your self love. This is Venus as well in Aries. You know, Venus is about exchange, but although she is a warrior, especially in Venus, you got to fight for the happiness and love that you want. You know, you're making a choice to do that by allowing the pain and hurt and confusion to completely leave and go about its own way, because you were chosen for something else that had nothing to do with this Ten of Pentacles, but you still got it anyway. you still receive that anyway. And you're going to allow that Ace of Cups, that new love, to burst through and heal all of the wounds that this Three of Swords, on a mental level, because it's Libra, of course, but you allowing your mind to heal. You allow your mental to heal. Virgo is about health, mental, physical, definitely spiritual, because what we practice every single day is a part of how we feel about ourselves and our own worth, Taurus, and that affects our status, Capricorn. So Virgo energy here showing up pretty strong with these two tens. So you have a new beginning after this complete desecration that, yes, it's a death, yes, it's a transformation, and it's worth it. It's definitely worth it, because you get to receive everything you wanted as long as you allow this to happen. Blocking it, you don't get to feel the relief that comes from releasing things that ultimately held you back. Because if you don't accept that this inheritance or this family you created but weren't meant to stay with, you created something but you're not meant to keep it. It was meant for someone else's karma to be fulfilled with. And accepting that, yes, it can be very tough, it can be very hard, it can lead to bouts of depression or things like that, which is why mental health awareness is so big right now, because our spirituality is changing. The way that we connect with ourselves is changing, and because on an individual level it's changing, which is that star card over there. On an individual level, we are becoming illuminated to things that are, the truth that, media or major distractions try to teach us that we absolutely need, that we don't need. We become illuminated with the truth and the facts during Virgo season, and it's like, well, all this time I've invested in this, and I didn't end up with it, but because it wasn't yours to have, it wasn't yours to keep, and you were supposed to start that job, or you were supposed to start that family, you were supposed to start building something, but during this change, which to me it seems like the earth is like shifting, there's a major shift going on. It's like musical chairs, kind of like musical chairs is going on right now with this full moon in Pisces. We're going to start seeing, now that the full moon has completely opened us up emotionally, filling our cups to the brim. Now that we're completely open emotionally, we're going to get all of the truth that we ever needed in order to feel like we can start anew and be successful. We get good news from allowing this to happen. So we got the Four of Wands right here, the truth, Nine of Swords, okay, and the Knight of Wands was at the bottom of this deck. The King of Wands is here. A lot of fire here, even though there's no fire except for that Mars and Aries that will be going retrograde. But we're ready to act. We're ready to do something now that we can live with the choices. We fought for our happiness despite what it looks like. The truth is, we decide our fate. We decide what will cause us insecurities. We decide what our status is. We decide what makes us happy. We decide everything individually, and then it's reflected out into the majority in the world, the collective. That's how we perceive life, based off of what we think of ourselves. So we make a decision to be happy and whole and pure and commit to a divine, a higher guidance within us that we share with people who are elevating the same way that we are. We fight for our happiness. We fight for our self-preservation automatically because we have to continue to live life understanding that these moments must take place in order to get here, to appreciate it. You have to have appreciation for Virgo season because it's nothing like somebody giving you the raw, uncut, unedited truth that you need so that you can build your life on something that, and the foundation is sturdy. It has a longer chance of being successful, even if there are further changes to come, because we don't always know what's going to come next, and it's supposed to be that way for a reason. If you knew how everything was going to turn out when you made a choice or a decision, or you had an idea about something, it kind of takes away this aspect of it, and wallowing in the fact that you don't know what's behind you. This Two of Cups, the fact that you don't even know this is behind you, and you sit here just completely, devalues who you are, because you won't look to anything higher that is waiting for you. This is Mars and Gemini, so we have plenty of ideas, on how to, this is Gemini energy too. We have plenty of ideas on what this can mean and what this can look like, and we shouldn't be doubting or afraid that it's not going to appease or please someone else, be it family, friend, partner, whatever. We all have to make choices and decisions individually that are just a part of our path. And it can affect those around us, of course, Gemini, community, siblings, cousins, neighborhoods. Those places will be affected. Big Sean would say, one man can change the world. You know what I'm saying? It starts with you. You have to be the person that's courageous to go out and make a choice and define yourself and stand 10 toes down. Not everybody is able to do that right now. Maybe you have to be the person to show everyone else how to do it, and you may feel like you're alone in that. You don't see anyone else doing things that you're doing. Star card. You're getting your individuality on, but you're illuminating. At the same time, you're being illuminated to the truth. And once you know, you can't go back to being ignorant to things. You gotta elevate higher now that you know better, and you're being held to a certain standard. So raise your standards, make peace, and put to bed what isn't worth your stock exchange anymore. Okay? King of Wands, Nine of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles with the Three of Wands at the bottom. We're ready to protect and defend our happiness, and our realities are changing because of that. We have to have a change in reality. We can't block our blessings because we are unsure of what to do next. Allow them to flow in, not knowing. Don't sit and try to protect yourself and be on the outskirts and try to be alone dealing with all of this. No, let source in while you're in the unknown, while you're in the dark. That's the only way you get to see the changes that are going to take place, either financially with the Pentacles here, because we still guarantee the Ten of Pentacles. We have to give a Ten of Pentacles in order to receive it. So maybe you have to give up a home. Maybe you have to have a change in resources and job, and something has to be changed in order for you to be successful. And that's just the bottom line. Only you know what that is. Virgo is an individual sign. It's the first 6 signs are about self-improvement, building yourself up, your personality, your worth, your ability to think and process information, your ability to take care of yourself in privacy, handle your emotions, your ability to express your emotions in your true identity. And then 6 is Virgo, your ability to care about yourself more than you ever have before, just from making different choices every day to put yourself first, to love on yourself, to be honest with yourself, and to change yourself when it's necessary, and not being too connected to the outside world's opinion, because that is why Virgo energy can be very insecure. Saturn is here, Capricorn energy is here to tell us that things have to change, that your dreams may be changing, and you may be holding on to a dream that you really wanted to succeed, but it's something better for you that is going to be twice as much as this. And here's us allowing that, our ships to come in. So let's go ahead and pick from here. I already shuffled. I just like this one. 3, okay. Use your personal power. Self-reliance. And you are supported. See? Let's source in. Let's source in. Because we already have the power. So use it. It allows us to rely on ourselves, which is what this Saturn and Capricorn transit was always about. The retrograde was about being forced to release attachments that are no longer working for us. They are not a part of our journey anymore. And Virgo is able to make sense and change and evaluate things, even if it means talking yourself into something you really need to talk yourself out of. Like, and then you're going around looking for validation from other people. No. This journey is for you and you alone. Even if other people are there, of course. But your decisions that you have to make are about your journey and your journey alone. Whoever ends up on that journey with you, more power to you. But choices that you have to make in your life have everything to do with you being able to rely on yourself and your personal power. And when you walk the path you're meant to, because we all know what we're supposed to be doing. We all know what we're supposed to be doing. And if you don't know, now is the time to tap into it, while all these lies are being, while all these lies are coming out, all these facts are finally being puzzle pieces put together to reveal a whole deeper truth that will tell you intuitively what you should be doing now that you know what you was working on and cutting it. It's time to elevate yourself, and you're supported. Okay, so we have 23 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. I'd like to thank you all for viewing. Please like, share, subscribe. You can book a reading. Let me know. Bye.